Hello, and welcome back to another episode, to the first episode of the new map that I'm building for the new series. This is episode -1, -2, something like that. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and I'm back. I was away for a few days, visiting tourist trips and this kind of stuff. Finally, I think it was my second this year for a few days. Usually I take trips, so when I'm leaving this beautiful green island, this beautiful rainy island, but hey ho. Right, so I have a new map I'm building at the moment. It's not built yet. It's gonna be challenging. I think it's gonna be challenging by itself. Of course, again, it's me as well, so that means it's gonna be extra challenging. It's top process map. Who didn't know, who doesn't know, a couple of weeks ago, I did present this in a mod Monday, and straight away, like, you need to play this. If you like railroads, you need to play top process map. Topros is a railroad fan. He made a lot of mods for railroad, small railroad infrastructure, industrial, like within factory railroad infrastructure and this kind of stuff. And he criticized one of my maps one of his maps that I played, because my understanding of the railroads is extremely limited for somebody who is so into railroads like Topros or enjoys railroads like he does. I would like to do the same because I love railroads, but my understanding is again quite limited. I'm gonna show you some of the infrastructure that we are dealing with. I'm gonna go fast through the night, so you guys can enjoy it a little bit. I'm just gonna cover. Right, so let's cover the map itself. Unfortunately, it doesn't have electricity connection. This is fictional map somewhere around Poland. None of these rivers, absolutely none of them, 0% is navigable. And in the place where we started, there's a branch of a river where I had to build sewage. Quite long, relatively long. So you can see here, this is my industrial zone, this is where the city is gonna be, and this is where the sewage is. So it's kind of, well, it's actually in a neighboring village, so that's gonna be fun for them at least. I will try to clean up my act, hopefully, but we'll see how that's gonna work. This is the Ślezów. I think Ślezów is part of the Poznań or something. And then we have Proszówik or something. I think there's something similar named like this town, but I'm not really sure exact name. But the cities are absolutely beautiful. I'm trying to see how I'm gonna implement the trains and everything else. I would like to use the train infrastructure a lot. You can see here how much of a train infrastructure there is. The problem with Topros is that not only that you need to connect some of the stuff or rebuild the train infrastructure, some of the infrastructure needs to be destroyed, and I don't know how it exactly works with destruction of the railroads. But for example here, oh actually it works. I thought it's going to be challenging to connect some of these extremely short parts. Okay, maybe it's not going to be so challenging. Maybe I'm not going to have to destroy anything. But you never know. You never know. Like, destroying anything, I meant extend it before we can connect it. But looks like it works even on these shortest parts. So I might be able to rebuild all of this and maybe even upgrade the railroads eventually. But these are all wooden beams railroads. So I want to revive the railroad network. Now, if you know anything about Topros, you need to know that he is extremely knowledgeable about railroad infrastructure. He made a lot of railroad mods for this game that most of them, if not all of them, I already use myself. Unfortunately, in my series you didn't see much of the railroad infrastructure, as much as you should. Now you can see here that Topros built a lot of farming infrastructure already. Sorry, industrial infrastructure, not really farming. This silo, for example, has railroad connections to it and goes elsewhere. We have this is a chemical fertilizer area. We already lost some things, but that can easily be rebuilt once we get here. Low quality rural flats, yeah. I'm not sure about this, how I'm gonna be dealing with these low quality buildings, but yeah, anyway. You can see here every city has its own industries. This is livestock farm. This is where you're supposed to be delivering grain for livestock, and then your meat production. I think I will start with this meat production in our beginning area, but I definitely want to do exactly what Topros wanted us to do here. So for example, here is the food factory where the grain needs to be delivered and built, and then food built. You have a city that you need to find a way to squeeze in the shop here and other stuff that people need to revive this city, and then railroad. This is what I want to do. Okay, because this, I'm pretty sure that you already understand that this is going to be quite challenging. Look at the rail infrastructure in the hills. Absolutely gorgeous and amazing. Like, Topros does amazing job with this. Absolutely love his work. Here, for example, sawmill, and you need to get your wood on your own from the hills outside of the village. Anyway, one other challenge that is going to be with Topros, because he makes it so realistic. But whoa, this is ore processing, right? Coal ore processing. So, oh right, we have coal ore already mined. I didn't even realize that. And then coal ore processing loading, but also coal go. Ah, no, this is opposite direction. So we have 2 coal mines for processing and then loading here. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no storage. The storage was not constructed and built here, even though there's a conveyor going. So literally we'll have to load as it's being produced, processed. That's going to be a lot of wasted work hours. Anyway, doesn't matter. This is what Topros intended us to do, and I'm kind of hoping to do it. So I started on the border crossing. I'm going to show you. I started with this border crossing. That would be a village of Lenivce. Problem, there's no electricity anywhere. There's no electricity connections as far I checked most of them or all of them. I did not find any electricity connection. The map is extra big. It's bigger than usual. There's nothing here. It registers some road here. Hey ho. No. Is there a border crossing or something? I don't see anything. Anyway, so Topros wanted us to play with the railroads. Rivers are a problem, not navigable. I beg to differ. Obviously, there's something navigable, but I thought it is swampy. It's too shallow. It's gonna be challenging if you're gonna try to use rivers, but I might do it as well. Depends how smart I am, how much I develop the city and all. All in all, quite challenging. If I'm the task I put in front of myself, challenging task. How it's gonna work out, I don't know. The plan is to get my clothing industry up and running. We already finished farm and the fields are already set. The next thing to build is grain silo. Here is the fabric factory. We have clothing factory, and there's a spot here for chemical factory that's going to be supplying chemicals for this area. I'm planning to go for high-end industries in the form of clothing and chemicals, food. Not in this order. Clothing and chemicals is going to be part of clothing. The next will be probably alcohol, and then meat, and then food. So all of them are going to have probably separate farms, and I think they're going to be around here. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how much population I can build here, what's reasonable for us to build around here. I might go for a second city, which again, it doesn't have to be far away from here. We have a second potential for a city here, or even rebuild the village, this town, even though it's going to be a little bit pollution problems here, but that's something that we're going to work on together to try to resolve. Anyway, the plan was that I'm supposed to be building. I'm building this on realistic, of course, and I'm gonna play in realistic. What I'm actually trying to do is ask you a question. Should I reset the money to zero, like not to zero, to 1.5 million rubles and $700,000 when I'm done setting up everything? Because this is episode -1, -2, whatever. I'm gonna show you how everything is progressing. Or should I leave it challenging, like after I'm done with this 400,000, that we should go for the loans? I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure how that's gonna look like. Let me just put some of the constructions to be built. I think I wanna speed this up anyway, because there's a lot of materials to be delivered, a lot of stuff to be worked on. There we go. Go and do work, my son. Work, my devils. Should I reset the money? Because the rail infrastructure is going to be challenging. It's easy. I can just buy stuff here. Can I buy? Yeah, doesn't have connection to custom house. So I'm gonna have to first straight away rebuild infrastructure. This is also gonna be, this is the challenge of the railroads that I'm gonna have to deal with, is that Topros makes everything look realistic, but unfortunately game doesn't like that. Like you cannot try, like your trains cannot just start going in the opposite direction, while in reality they would do exactly that. Like my hometown has exactly this kind of switch for the trains for unloading sugar beets and grain. So I know that how trains do that. It's not a problem, you know, we just go backwards in the opposite direction in after switching the switch. But anyway, the game doesn't like that here, so it's gonna be, I'm gonna be massacring some of the infrastructure as well. What I wanted to say is, like, for example, rebuilding this infrastructure is not going to be a problem, but money will, so we're going to have to invest in money as well. So my plan is to get our economy up and running, maybe for the first time ever on this channel, like building the clothing, chemicals, alcohol, meat and food, and then after that, that's gonna lower the amount of imports we're gonna have, that's gonna increase the amount of exports we have, and hopefully one city is gonna be enough for these basic, basic, quote, end quote, basic stuff that we wanna build, and then the sky is the limit. So yeah, that's the plan. Now, do you want me to reset the money and have this 1.5 million rubles without having any loans initially? I definitely see the loans in this game. Or should we do it in some other or should we do it more challenging? So let me know in the comment section. I'm still gonna do what I'm gonna do. It's just some interesting, you know, to start a discussion maybe on what we potentially should do. So yeah, let me know about that. Right, enough talking. I'm gonna do a time lapse now, and I will see you back in 5. Right, okay, let me talk through what I'm doing at the moment. Let's slow down. Right, so I built this power plant. I might have snookered myself with... this is totally separate power grid from anything that we have at the moment, that we will, have in the future. Obviously, I should have gone here with additional power access like we have here. So this building, I need to unsubscribe. Who was it? I do apologize who made the mod. Most of these power connections that you see around here, mods that I have, is from one modder. I'm so sorry, forgot the name, but it's absolutely the most realistic electricity mode that it is in the game. This is not part of it, but there are similar mods, much more realistic, and I love these substations. You have 20 MVA with cable inputs, outputs. You can see here how it looks like, but there's also this one that I actually love, because none of the previous ones that we had, even the earlier iteration of this one, let me find it here, this one is enough for the city to supply power to your city. This many power cables, it's not enough. This is what I found out. This is needed for the city in order to have all the electricity that you need. Well, hopefully I never filled it up yet, but and I'm talking about the small cities like 5,000 people, 6,000 people, 7,000 people. These can fill up really fast, and even that is without any industries. So how many? I think it was 16 connectors, 4 on the side, and we have 4, yeah, 16 connections. It's not enough. Why is that? Because usually in the cities you use underground cables just to make your city look nice, but then every one of these connections is 1.45 megawatts, which is much lower than the 2.35 that is overhead. So if you want to remove your overhead cables, you need to go underground. If you go underground, it's much less capacity, and technically every single substation needs to have 2 of these cable connections, and then like one substation, 2 cable connections. If the other one was 16, you can only have like 8 substations that function properly within a city, and well, it's not enough in my book. Maybe I need to do better cable management, but for now I'm gonna stick to these, which have, I think, way more. This would be 6 on the side, and then we let's see, 6 on the side, and then we have 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, that would be 12, 18, and 6, that's 24, and then we have another 12 over here. 24, 12, 36 connections. Divide that by 2, 36, that would be 18. 18 substations can be powered if I go double cables in each substation. I'm pretty sure that should work, but we'll see. So 18 substations. This city here is gonna need at least 2 substations, and I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna grow. One thing I already think I kinda made a mistake with is it's not the flattest area where I started, but this is the edge of the city. Oh, one other thing. What was the questions I wanted to... first, one other thing. I think recently, in a couple of weeks ago or up to a month ago, we got these small heating plants, Robs's ones, yeah. That I'm going to be using. These are within city heating plants. I'm going to try to put them in the edges of the city, but we'll see how that's going to work. Like, they don't produce a lot of heat. They only produce 12 gigajoules. They do have 20-ton capacity, 20-ton coal capacity. They use only 600 kilos per day, which with 20-ton capacity is amazing, because this is quite efficient. Now they need to be, there's no connections, pipe connections to it, so they're supposed to be used within a city. Now luckily for us, they can, no, there's no luckily for us. This is going to create pollution where people live, but the pollution is only 1 ton of CO2 per year. 1 ton of pollution per year, which let's say the small heating plant produces 7 tons, and the big heating plant produces 26 tons. 26 tons for 200, and I think smaller one is better to compare. 42 gigajoules, 7 tons, and for 42 gigajoules we only need like 3.5 of this, which the 3.5 of this would be 3.5 tons of CO2 per year, versus 7 tons, so they pollute less. I think they're even more efficient heating-wise. These consume 2.1 tons of coal for... No, they're as efficient. But these small ones have kind of bigger capacity because... Anyway, so one of the first things I'm going to research is towards the distribution offices because we're going to need a lot of them. I'm already kind of stretched to the edge with the current distribution office. I think I have 5 out of 5. But yeah, heating plant is going to be done by these small heating. I'm pretty sure the first one I'm going to just yoink in the middle of the town center. Now, downside that I did, I was double checking this. This coal power plant is too far from the city because it can produce the 8.34, where does it say here? I think it should say somewhere as well what is its production. I think I'm gonna have to go into power infrastructure to find the power plant and then find this one. Is it you? No, it's this one here. It produces, as you can see here, the 500 megawatts of power. 8.3 megawatt is the circuit breaker, 8.3. Now the problem is that the most power we can get out from this power plant with cables is only 4.7 because it only has 2 small connections. So technically this power plant should be built close to the consumption source. And nothing is consuming electricity around here. These construction offices maybe probably meat storage will consume something. I can build something around here to consume this electricity, but look, this is a temporary, extremely temporary solution. I build extremely small voltage wires, so I need to be well aware of this, that this needs to be replaced ASAP. As soon as possible. Unfinished pipes, that's perfect. Which number 3? There we go. Yeah, I'll be playing. This is a Tuesday, rainy Tuesday. I'm still off work. I'm working tomorrow, but I'm off work today. I'm gonna be playing the heck out of this game today. I'm gonna be trying to like finish it. Money is not a problem here. Like I said, I'm gonna reset it to 0 and start with the loans because I'm pretty sure we're gonna use all this money building the city. I'm just having fun even with this. I'm having a lot of fun with this. So yeah, so heating infrastructure is going to be the small heating plants, creating pollution. But let's see what needs heat. So if I can go for city center. I don't care. I'm just wondering how much. How much power is going to drain from us. Sorry. So how much heat is going to be drained from us due to the here next to the shopping center. Yeah, we can start there straight away. How much heat? The 16 joules is how many? I think water boiler, the water heater tank. I think this can help us. I don't know exact calculations. This one has the heat tank is 60 cubic meters. This might not be enough even for the city that we have, but I'll see. We'll see. I mean, like it's. I'm gonna do it in the spring. Like each building has a water tank here. These are the only buildings that we can build that have decent quality of apartments. By the way, these are Rob says brick house 13 and 16. They have 90% both of them. They have heat tank. I have 5 of these. That's 25, and I have 4 of these. That would be 4 times 7, 20. Yeah, so we're literally one of these heating plants that we have. It's probably at the limit with our residential buildings, but there's going to be university, prison, city hall, police station. I think I'm missing, right? Pub. All of this stuff needs to be heated, so one of them is probably is not going to be enough. I think I'm going to go for a second one. I don't know if I should spread it or centralize the heat consumption, but we'll see. No, probably I'm gonna spread it out here. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna say, well, let me know. Do you want me to like start as it is? Probably from 0 after we start to get a loan straight away. Probably 2 million ruble loan. After I set everything up and get first people delivered here, we have 406. No, it's 5 times 5. This is 400. This is 150, that's 550, 600, 700, 775 people or workers can live at the moment in these residential buildings. I'm not going for 5 floors because there's nothing to build on with 5 floors. It's just ridiculous when you start the game. Quality of apartments, I'm not gonna even mess with that. Who cares about that? And plus the terrain here is a little bit challenging in this area where I'm building, so I'm pretty sure high rises are the best option for this. Anyway, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Any suggestions? I won't record next episode for at least 2 days. But yeah, and I'm gonna do significant progress by then, so, you know, just hit the comment section. So, that's it. Thanks, guys. Have a nice one. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, press the like button. If you didn't, you can leave a nasty comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about things what we're doing. Like, subscribe, notification bell, ring it, comment section, hit it, and if you want to support the channel, turn to description of the video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.